Hey guys, it's the Devin Matthew YouTube channel, and today I just want to brief you guys on stuff that I've learned about sleep and how I've really managed to improve my sleep. So I was really I really want to improve my sleep because I feel like, especially my self improvement, that was one of the most lacking parts, and I could really affect it. Like I could really see how I could I want to maximize my gains and my fitness, as well as like do better at school. And I know that sleep will play like a huge part in that. It's like a meta skill. It just basically makes your whole life better. You just feel more happy, increases your mood and stuff like that. So sleep is really important, and especially in self improvement. I think we should take it really seriously. So I made that decision, and that's the first step I want to really brief you guys on, is that you have to be committed to getting better sleep. Because if you really think that's the first thing. If you're going to be committed, just like everything else in self improvement, then you're going to make progress. That's for sure. So the first thing I did, I watched like a Andrew Huberman podcast about sleep and like the ways you can get better sleep and stuff like that. So I just basically want to summarize that video in a sense and give you what I've learned and how my sleep has drastically improved. So first thing I want to get you guys is that we want to like actually like track your progress in sleep. So I use the app Sleep Cycle, and basically you just like it's very simple. You just go download the app and you download the app Sleep Cycle. You basically like while you charge your phone while you use it, and like when you set it on before you sleep, and it's really great. It basically, I don't really know how it tracks the sleep. I think maybe through like sound, because it does ask you to turn on your audio, I believe. So it what was I saying? Yeah, so it tracks your sleep, and it basically gives you like stuff like you can track your sleep, like every time you go, how many hours in bed you had, how much of those hours you actually slept. So for example, if you ask a person like if they sleep at if they want to wake up at 6, right, in the morning, what time would they go to sleep at? And they would usually say 10, right, because 8 hours in bed. That's wrong. You'd actually probably have to sleep around at 8, get into bed at 8 or even 9, and get like 9 hours to 10 hours in bed to get 8 hours sleep. Because if you really think about it, like the most of the time that you're actually on the bed, like sometimes you're not actually asleep, right? It actually takes some time to get asleep, and it tracks that even as well. So it tracks like how many minutes it took you to go to sleep, how many hours in bed, how much of that you actually slept, and the quality of your sleep. So basically how good the sleep was for you, like deep sleep and deep rest and stuff. So the app is really great. I really recommend it. So get the app so we can actually track your progress. So after you get the app, right, first thing I want to tell you is you need to set a schedule to actually like get consistent good sleep. Now this is because, well, it kind of makes sense, right? Like if your brain always knows what time to wake up and what time it's basically going to go to bed, right? It's basically going to feel it's basically going to get to set the schedule in its own brain, like, okay, we're going to sleep at 8, we're going to get in bed at 8, probably going to sleep. And then so if you disrupt that and your schedule's all messed up, and like sometimes you're sleeping at 9 or sometimes you're sleeping at like 12 in the morning, like it's not going to work for your brain. So set a schedule of what time you want to wake up and what time you want to go to bed. So preferably, of course, you want to get like 8 hours sleep, right? That's what everybody recommends, and that's what I've been trying to do, and I want to try help you get to that as well. Um, so the second thing, after you set that schedule, okay, I want to get like 10 hours in bed to get 8 hours sleep and stuff like that. So you track, you put all that together. Then you want to get this is now these are the steps that like I've done, like setting like what time to wake up and stuff. Like I've been doing some self improvement for like a couple of like months, maybe 8 months, 9 months. And so I've always had like, okay, you wake up at this time. For me, it's 5 a.m. And I want to get in bed like 8 p.m., which doesn't usually work. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time, I miss it completely. But I've always consistently almost been able to get up around 5 a.m. Sometimes I wake up at like, I don't know, there's a time I used to wake up at 4 a.m. It doesn't really work for me. And like, I can't because I'm still going to school. I'm only 16. So that means like what is it, like I kind of have to wake up at 5 a.m. if I want to go to school. So and that's enough time for me to like get some like self-improvement stuff and get me ready for school as well, and prepare myself for a good morning. Off track, honestly. But now the second step, now this is what I've implemented recently during the holiday, right? It's, bro, this is gonna change your whole thing. It's getting, you've probably heard it, honestly, it's probably getting morning sunlight. So basically, if you really think about it, like we all know that like when you're trying to go to bed, like obviously off the lights, right? And if you get bright lights, it really like you get annoyed, right? So what I did, I mean, what Andrew Huberman recommended, and I think I want to recommend this all for you guys as well, is basically when you wake up in the morning, right? From the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking up, or immediately after waking up, go outside to get morning sunlight. Like, go outside and just stare at the sun. Like, of course, you can blink and stuff like that. And, like, it's not going to be like, I think only around like after like 10 a.m. Like, it's actually like, the ultraviolet rays are bad for you, but before this is the most healthy time to get like morning sunlight. So you can just look out and then get the morning sunlight from like if it's I think if the sun is clear, you get around 5 minutes to maybe 10 minutes, and like if it's sometimes of course like if it depends on where you live as well. So if it's like a cloudy place, you can just get like 10 minutes. I think 10 to 20 minutes as well, right? And so yeah, this is you have to keep this consistently every time. So what this basically does, like I don't know like the deep science, so I just have to give you bro science. It's basically like what light does, right? Is it basically tells your brain to wake up, right? So now you've probably heard this. It's called the circadian rhythm and everything like that. You probably might not understand it, but how I basically see it is basically like your brain has this clock, right? And when you tell it when to wake up, it's going to basically set a clock for when it will go to bed as well. And this is why regularity is really important, which is setting the schedule. Like your brain gets used to it and it starts automatically like falling, like you want to go to sleep now, or you want to wake. You naturally wake even without the alarm. If you could keep this consistently, you naturally just wake up at like 5 a.m., 6 p.m. I mean, sorry, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And so that's what it basically does. The lights like basically what is it like wakes you up, tells your brain to wake up, right? I mean, like this is how like I remember learning this from Hamza as well. Like this is how our caveman ancestors used to live. Like the sun would just be coming up and they would just wake up, right? And then they would get the morning sunlight and everything, right? But nowadays, of course, like we're off track. So you getting the morning sunlight is really important. Um, Another thing that you can do is okay, plus to track the sunlight, like you can't really the light that you get from like let's say like your house lights as well as like your phone and like other screens, like they aren't actually like enough to actually comprehend the what is it like as much as the sunlight from the actual sun. And if you want to track this, it's an app that I use. It's called Light Meter. So basically, like you just take it out and you download the app and you take it out, and then you can just actually measure the light that's in your room. It's a rough estimate, and I think it's like measuring clucks or something like that. I don't really know, but and then you can see like you can actually test this out. Really cool. You can put the phone out and you can find like the light in your room, and it tracks like maybe it's like 10, 12, like 70, something like that. And then you go outside and you put in the morning sun, and it can legit reach like hundreds and thousands, like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And of course like an actual midday like afternoon is like crazy high. I think I'm not sure if it's 10,000, but like it's a lot. So you can actually see like why you need to get it from the sun directly, like getting it from your phone or from through the window. Even apparently like if you wear glasses, it's apparently fine. It actually might be better for you if you wear glasses. Like I don't know the deep science about it. Just you don't like I used to just take off my glasses to look at it. You can keep on your glasses if you wear glasses, and yeah, it really helps to actually like it basically wakes up your brain and sets your circadian rhythm for when it'll go to bed, right? And there's also the thing of getting like sunlight in the evening as well. So that's basically like okay, basic like around like 6 p.m., 4 p.m. Whenever your sun's about to sunrise, like like just like the caveman ancestors used to do. They used to watch the sun go down, and apparently this is actually different. But you must be asking like, oh, okay, but I'm still watching the sun in the evening, so wouldn't that be waking me up? Apparently, it's not that clear. So it actually helps you fall asleep better. I'm not sure how it works. I think it's different wavelengths of light, stuff like that. So it actually helps you sleep better. So you can also get sunlight in the morning, which is essential, crucial. You need to get sunlight in the morning. That's first thing. Like the regularity, every time you're gonna wake up, every time you're gonna go to bed. And the second thing is like always getting good amount of sunlight. So basically, like if it's a cloudy day, of course you're gonna have to get more sunlight, just like maybe like 20 minutes, I believe, or 15 minutes. And then if it's like you can see the sun clearly, it's clear sky, then around like 5 minutes. Um, so basically after this, also another thing. So why light? So while we're on the process of light, when you wake up, you probably want to like switch your phone up to full brightness. That's what I do. I set like I on my light in the room. I go outside, of course, do all that. So when you go to bed, you want to do the opposite, of course. So that's why we can manipulate like the light and darkness in our room, so that when you go to bed, you want to off like pretty much all the lights. So I use this, which is like this light lamp in my room. And it's my mom really gets annoyed because like she sometimes comes in my room and then like there's no lights. It's just this thing. You guys can see I put on like this one. This one's like I put on this light, and it's just that. That's all I have in my room. And I'm around like I like basically like I only put lights in the morning, and weirdly I don't put nights at the lights, so I won't find that really weird. And I get really annoyed because when I get out of the room, it's immediately like bright lights in like the kitchen and the living room and everything. That's so that's a bit funny. But in your room, just have some maybe your phone lights or like some lamp like what I used. What's really apparently is useful is like candlelight. Be careful though. I don't usually use candlelight. I think my parents will get too scared, and I maybe me as well. But just the candlelight, because it's only be like 12, 11 clocks. You can use your light meter. Like I recommended to download the app. So we want to get morning sunlight, a good like 5 minutes on a clear day and everything, and then by the end of the day you get your evening more sunlight, and then you also like you don't really use lights at nighttime. Like really try like keep it low on your phone as well. And that's like the proper advice that most people give you, right? It's just like what is it like or lower your brightness on your phone and stuff like that. And the third thing that we look at, so we keep your regularity, always wake up at the same time, go to bed at the same time, the lights, right? How we can manipulate light. And the third thing is body temperature. So what your body actually does for you to fall asleep is actually it actually lowers your body temperature, so it falls you asleep. I don't know why this is. And also to wake up, like your body actually like it actually warms up to wake you up. So what we can use for this is like what I do is I wake up in the morning now. I get my more I no I actually take a cold shower from 1 to 3 minutes. I actually like I'm in like someone else's like house today. Like I basically like sleepovering, like it's basically my brother's apartment in a sense. Um and the cold shower here is actually way much more crazier than actually at like my house. Like my house is actually like normal water, it's actually not that cold. So I only really got to experience like how cold showers can be, and bro, it's crazy. Like I'm like I thought like I've seen like Sebum shorts of him getting to the ice bath, so cold, just be like, and when everybody else like all the bodybuilders are shivering and everything, I thought I would be like that, bro. Cold showers like crazy, and cold showers also really great for dopamine, helps your dopamine, stuff like that. So I really recommend cold showers in the morning because what it does, your body kind of works like a thermostat. So that like the first 1 to 3 minutes, like when you're in the cold shower, your body warms itself up. And what we said, like when your body warms itself up, it basically tells yourself to wake up. So that's what we can use. And then when you're about to go to bed, you do the opposite, right? So I wake up in the morning, I take like a cold shower, and then when I go to bed, I'm taking like a hot, soothing shower. And it's really nice, like thinking about yourself, just like relaxing, getting into the mood. So you're taking the hot shower, it's really sick. And yeah, so the hot shower would do the opposite, right? We have the reverse effect of what we did in the morning. Second, one thing as well, another way that you can increase your body temperature in the morning is working out. So usually I've always been working out in the morning. So that's something I've been doing before I even learned this. It's like it basically increase your when you start working out, you basically increase your body temperature in the morning. So there's the Dr. Huberman did point out that if you did work out in the evening, that like you should probably get the evening sunlight more, right? So something about that. And another couple of things that I've added from just by my own personal experience is basically a lot of people say like reading for going to bed like really helps them get into deep sleep, which I also would recommend, but I haven't really tried. I can't really speak much from experience. I don't usually do that. But there has been something else I've been doing, which has just been journaling. So I usually do journal like evening, close to nighttime, just before I sleep. And bro, that's been refreshing. Like it's like that's what I want to recommend to you guys. I do recommend stuff that basically cools you down and shuts you down, right? So reading, meditating, and for me, it's been journaling, bro. It's been a game changer, and that's basically it. What I have to recommend for you guys to improve your sleep. And bro, this like I honestly got 2 nights or 3 nights of good sleep, and I want to tell you my experience of that. It's been it's just it's like I can feel myself like because when you start getting when you get bad sleep, you don't even recognize it, right? Like your body just gets used to like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna get bad sleep for the rest of my life now. And yo, bro, like I could tell because like even in so sleep cycle my quality is usually like 60, 70, 80%. Like rarely ever do I get like 90% quality. And for two nights in a row I got like 99% quality and then 97% quality, and then also like 90 something else percent quality in another one I believe as well. And like just break, so each time it improved my sleep. And the day before that was probably like 70, 60% quality. So it was such a dramatic effect, you guys won't believe. um the one, actually, I do have a funny story, which is just to end off the video. It's basically like the first time I tried like doing all the sleep stuff and everything. Like it's also another thing is like food. I know the things like you should probably eat like food like quite a couple of hours before you go to bed. Another tip, which because like I ate like quite like a heavy meal. I don't know. I don't think it was right, bro. I had to wake up a couple times in the morning to take a dump online, like 2 3 times. I took 2 3. Like, I had to wake up in the morning, go out, and then like take it, bro. It just ruined my sleep. I was just like I still had like I was still so like dependent on like not owning any lights. So I just took this to the toilet with me and just put it there and just took a dump, bro. And it was funny. It was quite jokes. So those are my tips for you to improve your sleep. And yeah, that's about it. I'm Never Matthew. I'm 16. I'm also in self improvement. I hope from everything that I can learn, I can help teach you guys and improve as well. So yeah, keep working harder, guys.